Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Studio Gallery in the backyard with Patty, visiting from Arizona still. She's here for a couple days actually. That's a 12 by 16 inch canvas. These are glasses, they're going on my face. We're going to do another scape. And I think at my horizon, I'm going to give myself some blue. And I want a different color blue with that blue. So I'm going to give myself some of this. Am I? Maybe not. Wait. Oh, yeah. Careful where you step. Alright, so I'm going to give myself some of that blue. And this time, instead of putting it all down, what's that? I'm going to shuffle it over the edge. Same thing on this side. Because I'm always trying to change things up a little bit, because one of these times I find a better method. I don't like those little black things. They probably came right off my hand. Probably flakes of paint. So, like I said, I'm going to cover my edge right now before, and I can see that this is an OXO omelet turning spatula, and the best thing about this, other than the fact that it's an amazing paint spreading tool, is that I can always see the flotsam and jetsam in my paint and pick it out. Now those two colors were not very dramatic, and that's okay. We're just starting there. I'm going to wipe off my excess. Don't ask me why. I think I am tempted to use a little bit of the folk art. Maybe it is. It's an enamel. Whichever brand it is, it's an enamel. And I'm just going to put some of the colors that I like in my sky. Am I? Again. Well, that's going to come out really slowly, but at least it's going to come out. I want the top of my sky to be dark. I'm going to put a little extra of that on each side. And maybe over the edge. Maybe I'll put my Prussian blue right along the edge. Maybe if it came out, it would work out so much better. Well, for right now, I'm just going to pick that up. And touch that, because the Prussian blue will show the canvas through if it's not a nice heavy layer, or at least a heavy enough. You can tell when you try it. So there we go. There's my first, and I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to put it right over my edge again, touching my corner because sometimes the corners don't get covered until later. I've got nice drips, which I'm going to steal now. Go right back in there where they came from. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That was me holding onto the canvas oddly. So what I want, I think I want some orange in there. Oh, that's the same as I did yesterday. We won't do that again. What do I want in there? I'll take some of this. I can't help it. I like purple in my skies. I'm just looking for any little indiscreet areas that look like canvas and trying to cover them. Patty's waiting for the moment that I make up my pan of colors. But be sure not to stick my finger on the back of the canvas because it raises up a spot. And I'm trying my hardest to use my spatula in a very level way so I can get a nice clean stroke, but I'm not holding my canvas level enough for it to work. Alright, so I got to get used to the idea that some striations, some differences are what makes a sky different. And I think what's happening is that there's the most insignificant amount of paint possible dried onto this spatula and didn't get cleaned off. And I cleaned it off, so I'm the only one responsible, and I didn't see it. But right now I'm fine with it, and that's going in the bucket. Don't let me have that again. I'm kidding. All right. So I've got a iPod box, but you could use anything at all that you can fit a shovel in, and this fits a shovel perfectly. Anything being, do I have something else to share with you guys? There we go. Refuse. That would work. Finding these little scoops that sit up, those are a nice way to do too. You can put stuff in there. The reason I like the shovel is because I can put my colors from my land in there, and when I scoop them out, they become something new. They're just agitated enough to be different. I have not used any of my forest green today, and I want some. Whoops. Well, now I know just how high that's going to go in my sky. I guess there's going to be interesting configurations of land going right up there. Let's do a little more purple. I want minty green in there. Like lots of it. I'm going to have a little bit of this master, modern masters. I never get it right. Where's the copper? There it is. Oh, I found the green I was actually looking for. And I'm going to, yeah, I could put it in a very regular way, but I find that if I force myself outside my comfort zone to be choppy and different and not do anything in a regular way, that's the way that I'm going to get the more interesting patterns. And this is an Anita's black metallic, which is way more gunmetal than anything else. And last but not least, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my satin enamel and put some of that in there all over the place. And I really didn't want it to be white. So, do I have an edge catcher handy? Are my bottles out of the way? I'm going to turn this toward myself right now. And I'm really tempted to go up there. So I'm going to grab some of this. And I'm going to put it on in the most random way possible and wish that I put more paint in that container. But that's okay, because when I don't put enough paint in the container, that means that I can fill in around it. And I'm going to leave some of what I've got there left relaxing, and I'll probably wait for that. First, I'm going to take everything out of that shovel. And then I'm going to notice that I really didn't use a lot of gold, or maybe any. So, being that we're still in a desert theme mode, come out. I'm just going to use it. And the paint that I reserved is the paint that I'm going to add. Now the reason I'm adding this to the middle is because I want to, that thing has got to come out of there. I can see it. The piping. Forgot what I was going to say.
The reason you're putting it in the middle.
The reason I'm putting it in the middle is so I can tip it, and when I tip it in different directions, then it creates cooler patterns. And I'm trying to make a puddle, thinking ahead of what will work for me. So even right now, I'm just going to start with an edge catcher because that keeps the paint from running off, and then I can use it once I've got it on the edge catcher. So if I just do this to begin with, and I can stop this process at any stage. Patty's like, I'm on the wrong side again.
Exactly, you're reading my mind.
Yes, right behind me is good. And I'm not probably going to go all the way across. We got a cool mountain in there. And I am going to grab, the phone is ringing a lot today. It really, really is. So I hate putting my fingerprint in things. So I'm going to use my thumbnail actually. I'm just going to rest this. And if I need more paint, I'll use it. But I'm just going to stretch out everything I've got up there and let the paint pool down at the bottom. See, I haven't gone all the way over to the edges yet. Because when I clean the paint off my edge catcher, then I can shuffle it off to the sides. And you can see that there's a variety of colors down there, including that gold. I can roll it down one way. I can rock my edge catcher and use some of it to cover the bottom of the canvas. And rock it again over there. I'm going to bring it back. Now, I'm going to let it go back up. I'm going to squeeze the edge catcher so even more goes up there. I'm going to grab a smaller edge catcher and hope that that breeze does not pick up. Knock that off my... Now, do I need anything else? I kind of think I might want something else. And I'm just going to give it to myself because I didn't sit. It doesn't. I could have used a lot more paint to begin with, I think, but I'm not going to worry about that because everything works itself out. Just going to put the same colors in. And now you can do this with squeeze bottles, but you're going to need a nice puddle of paint. And now I finally have enough paint. I can tell you that. I actually like this green gold. I don't know if it'll stay. I know that this puddle will go this way and that one will go across at the same time. I've been doing this a while. But every time you get a new layer, even though it looks like shocking, it might be very shocking, you also get a new configuration of land. And because I'm going to be able to fill this gap in, it's a great thumb hold for me right now. I'm going to line up my edge. I'm going to cant my canvas, even though I like some of the stuff I saw there. And I'm looking where my paint is going. And even though I thought there was enough there, I'm not sure there is, but I'm going to let it pool. My edge catcher is in position for pooling. Good pooling, good pooling, yes. I'm going to rock the edge of my canvas so that I can get some coverage. I'm going to watch where the paint goes. I'm going to keep letting it flow. And if that's too much for me, or if it doesn't seem right, I'm going to put that edge catcher right there. Although I'm liking what I'm getting. I was going to say, I can always tip it down to the bottom and tip it up again, which is always tempting. So if you don't have enough paint, add paint. If you've got paint on your edge catcher, it's definitely usable. I don't want to do this backwards. I'm not good at it backwards. That mountain is pretty cool. I'm going to grab my OXO omelet turning spatula. And even if you can't see me, I am scraping off the paint. Look at that beautiful paint. That's just gorgeous. And now we have two hills. Because I'm so clever. And I have more paint still. And now I got a rocky outcropping. Now I have something to fill. Now I've got something for my edge. Oh, I got that. That's all over the all over the tile. I'm just going to tap that. I'm going to throw that in the bucket. I'm going to blow this around. Expose a few things. Maybe. I gotta get some clean skewers sometime soon. So I like this edge, but I want it cohesive down one side. I'm gonna steal a little paint. Now what do I want in there? Anything? Probably cactuses. I see that I've got some canvas showing there. And I like this purple. I'm going to nudge. Because I have the same thing on both sides. Don't usually put a mountain in the middle. I'll have to put a castle on that later. Let's see if I like that. It's not my favorite yet. And if I wanted to, I could probably... Oh, but those cells are cool. I could probably add even more paint into this. Right down the center here. And tip it all over again and get something entirely new. And really, as long as the paint's still moving, if you don't like what you've got, you can continue to move that. Because you're not mixing the paint. The paint is flowing. And it will do something really interesting as long as it's tipping and you're paying attention to what you're getting, which I'm not. There, that's getting to be something that's making me happier. Now I'm going to take this paint right here. Am I? I'm going to take that paint right there off of my edge catcher again. Because I can. Hey, that's the name of my first book on the Amazon link. Alright, that's a funky little mountain, but it's still interesting. I'm not complaining yet. Just going to keep using the paint I've got. Little waggle here or there, never hurt anything. Maybe it's time to torch. We'll probably just stick a moon in the sky, and maybe, just maybe, I can let that rotate for you guys. I'm going to torch to remove the bubbles from the paint, and maybe we'll stimulate some cells to be created. And if tomorrow I want another layer, I'd probably put another layer in a couple places. But otherwise, it's cool. I worked it until I had some shapes I liked. Got rid of most of my bubbles. I'm only bothering with the bottom half because I pretty much figured the chance of there actually being any bubbles in the top half isn't good. I don't want a gold moon. I do want a silver moon. So I'm going to settle for the... I've got 2 minutes to tell you guys whatever I want to tell you. And I'm going to have a look at this right quick. And even though it's kind of kitschy, it just became a moonlit night. And that's romantic. So if I don't go too far, I won't have a blue moon. Almost did it. I'm just going to pounce my skewer gently, and then I am going to take a little bit of white paint. I do sell my artwork. I'd really appreciate your thumbs up. Look for Facebook groups, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group for students. I like moonlight on my mountains, what can I say? And if I put a little more in there, down further, then I'm going to add some dimension. So I'm sure there's stuff I've forgotten to tell you guys, and I probably need stars in that sky, but this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery saying thanks for all the donations, and if you want to join the monthly drawing, there are 8 paintings, both of my books, and an art class, a private 4-hour art class in Spring Hill up for grabs for February's drawing. It's a $10 minimum donation. You can find the icons on my channel header or the links for PayPal and Patreon directly under the video, where you can also find my clothing from Teespring, all over print t-shirts and leggings, and a lot more than that. Other Expressionist Art Studio Totes and More group on Facebook will take you to FineArtAmericaPixels.com if you follow the Shop Now button, and you can find all kinds of really cool stuff there too worth looking at. Thank you guys for 85,000 subscribers. Check your notifications if you had them and you don't have them. You can probably get them again, but you might need to make a comment. That seemed to get my husband's back. My paint pouring recipe is underneath the video. Playlists on my channel header include 10 lists of 100. Well, the 10th one is I'm working on it. And there's 11 genres. I really want that thumbs up. I know I asked you before, but please can I have it? And I love you guys, and I'll see you again. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard saying, we'll see you again soon. Check the community board for tomorrow's video, and check Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group for tomorrow's video. I post in both places. And maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Who knows? Bye for now. Priscilla out.